So, I work with a lot of first time home buyers. So many so that it's become apparent that most of them are not prepared for the easiest part of it, which is just providing the documents needed to apply for a loan to get a mortgage. And after talking to one of my lending partners recently, I decided I need to create a checklist that will just help my buyers be better assisted and better prepared for this so they don't get overwhelmed. So you get the benefit of the checklist I'm putting together for my buyers. Let's dive in with the 6 items you should have at the ready to apply for a mortgage. Number 1, pay stubs. Super important to verify your gainful employment. Usually the last 2 to 3 pay periods will be sufficient. You can get that digitally these days. PDF versions are great. If not, the physical copy will be sufficient. Number 2, you will also need to provide a W-2 to your lender. Usually the last 2 years will be great. If you are self-employed, a 1099 is also fantastic. And you do still need at least 2 years to provide to the lender. Number 3, you will also need to provide bank statements. This is pretty obvious. They need to know you have the funds to really purchase this real estate property. I would typically say you should have enough for your down payment. You should have enough for the deposit. You should have enough for property inspection and then any and all closing costs that will be expected in this as well. So that's anywhere from 2 to 6% of the entire purchase price. You want to make sure you talk to your real estate agent so that you have a clear understanding of how much money you need to have for closing. Number 4, you should have a social security card to continue along with this process of verifying your identity. A bank or a lender is trying to mitigate and reduce any risk, including fraud, so they need to verify you are who you say you are. Number 5, you need to provide the last 2 years worth of addresses typically to a lender as well. If you've been in the same place for a number of years, this should be pretty easy to prove your residence. If you bounce around a little bit, you will probably have to gather some additional documents just to let them know where you've been over the last 2 years. And then lastly, but not least, is you also need to provide a purchase contract once you are in escrow. This final step isn't as important right at the beginning, just simply because you need to actually go through the process of making an offer on a property, getting it accepted, and going into escrow. Once you have crossed that threshold, your realtor will be happy to provide your lender with a purchase contract. So that's 6 steps, 6 items you need to know about to have you prepared. So do this up front. You will save yourself some hassle. You will make your realtor happy, and your lender will be ecstatic with you as well. Good luck with the hunt. Talk to you next time.